Another day to call out News 12 South Shore again. And this time it's about eyesores. And this really pissed me off. I mean, how many times do they need to cover Dowling? All right, so we're going to play a little bit of the story. You can look at these snobs whine about this. And I understand they're upset, all right, but they're abandoned places all over the middle of the island. All right, and somehow that's not important. Somehow it doesn't get 2 minutes and 19 seconds on News 12 South Shore, just because, right? Just because. So let's go ahead and play this, and you'll see what I mean.
Welcome back. You are watching News 12. Well, it has become an overgrown eyesore after sitting
They're all
idle
over
for
the middle of the
5
island.
years. Today, a decision could be made on the future of the former Dowling College
Of course, it's
property.
Oakdale. It's on
News
South
12
Shore.
tells us about a tour that was taken of the site today.
Once a thriving place of higher education, now
look at all these people.
College property.
Look at old tour. Let's take a look at the people here, first of all.
Taken of the site today.
All white, all preppy, all a certain demographic. This guy's dressed up here.
Once a thriving place of higher education, now Thomas Alfano says
this guy definitely is a certain demographic.
For Dowling College campus in Oakdale,
so it's so obvious.
Completely different.
It would be perfect for some kind of zombie apocalypse Hollywood movie.
Have you been to Hicksville?
Weeds, trash, vandalism, drug use, he says.
Have you been to Deer Park?
The campus and historic Idlehour Vanderbilt estate. Delaware-based investment group Mercury International bought the property 5 years ago. Neighbors say the company has done little to make...
Yeah, these people, because they're white, because they're finance professionals, they get a story about a blight in their community, while the rest of us just get ignored.
Maintain the
just because.
The town of Islip gave Mercury a 30-day warning to clean things up, which expired today. Alfano says just a day ago, a landscaping crew started to work. Was this just done recently, right here?
Just the other day and this morning. So this is brand new that they just started.
But it took a long time to just get this.
A year.
Alfano says a representative from Mercury was at the property today, but quickly left when he saw our cameras. The town of Islip says inspectors saw some work being done today.
So look at how much time they get. It's ridiculous. Still going. We're still going here. 1 minute and 23 seconds.
And the board intends the property.
It's all about the South Shore with News 12 South Shore.
Make sure the town keeps up the pressure.
If you don't keep the property in decent shape, it's going to attract vandals. It's going to attract criminal activity.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's going on in towns like Hicksville, in Deer Park, in Westbury, in the middle of the island. But no, nobody talks about us. But when it happens on the South Shore, stop the presses! Stop the presses!
We have to have a presence here.
Stop the presses for these people.
It has to look like there's somebody here. We need security here.
Meantime, neighbors wonder what Mercury will eventually do with the property. Some say they would be open to limited residential development.
Of course.
In Oakdale,
more housing for snobs. Why not?
All right, thank you, Andrew. Well, Islip officials say the Dowling College property issue will...
So you could understand how many... And this isn't the first time they covered this. And they're not the only station. This has gotten coverage on other stations, too. It's gotten coverage on other stations. But yet, it's okay to have this in Hicksville, right? That's okay. Nobody cares about that, right? I call that blight, but right by the train station too. But no, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that, right? Nope, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about this blight here. Abandoned. These restaurants have been. These signs have been here for years. It's an old country road in Westbury. Nobody cares about that. Nope. Nobody cares about that blight either because it's the middle of the island. Oh, what about this blight here in Deer Park? All the trash on the grounds here of Heartland by the train station. What about that? Nope, nobody cares about that either because, again, it's not a certain preppy, spoiled, snobby, lily white finance professional demographic, so it doesn't matter, right? No, it doesn't matter at all. No. Oh, and what about this too? Yeah, what about this? What about this? This is in back of Sears in Hicksville, folks. What about that? Nope, nobody cares about that either, all right? That's the old Sears sign there back when it was open. But this is what you're getting. This is what you got, all right? Nobody cares about that blight, right? All right, nobody cares about that blight, right? right? What about this abandoned warehouse here in off Weiss Road here in Carl Place that I have to look at from the tracks every freaking day? Nobody cares about that either. No, that's the middle of the island. Who cares? Doesn't affect white people, so who cares, right? Right, exactly. Oh, what about this too? This abandoned project that they were working on in Ronkonkoma. This is right by the Ronkonkoma train station. It's been sitting like this for over probably a couple of years now. Does anyone care about this eyesore? No one cares about this eyesore either. Because again, it's not a certain demographic of snobs on the South Shore. So it doesn't matter, right? No, it doesn't matter. Oh, what about this here too? This abandoned lot here in Hicksville off Woodbury Road. Or what about this zombie house here? Does anyone care about that? No. Again, it's the middle of the island. Nobody cares. Right? Same kind of thing, right? Same kind of thing. Right? What about the abandoned Boulder Creek with the smashed out front door in Hicksville? Nope. Nobody cares about that either. So yeah, you get the idea, right? You get the idea. And then we come to this mess in Deer Park, of course, that nobody really cares about either. Of course. Right. Nobody cares about that either. And we've got tons of abandoned stuff, eyesores all over the place. All right? Eyesores all, I can just go on Google Maps and show you another eyesore here in Hicksville. Look at this building here. Look at that. They were all over the place. All right? All over the place. Eyesores everywhere. All right? Nobody cares about that, though. You go down the road in Hicksville. Yeah, I know. Look, I'm still going to talk about Hicksville. I'm just not going to talk about the homeless there. All right? Because Hicksville's being discriminated against. And it's all part of the plan to ruin the middle of the island, as you know. Nobody talks about that, though. Nobody talks about all the abandoned stuff that we have to deal with. Not to mention that this Jamaica Ash facility, which still is a mess and hasn't been cleaned up. Bricks all over the place. Yeah, let me show you a picture of that. And a little more of what you see along Old Country Road here in this is Westbury, all right? That's an eyesore. I see a red condemned notice on the building. Nobody does anything about that. For lease. Country that. For lease. Nope, nobody cares about that. Trash everywhere. Broken sidewalks. No, that doesn't matter. Sorry, doesn't affect a certain demographic. There's more of this mess here in Deer Park to look at, of course. Right by the Pine Barrens in Deer Park. Because, again, they're not in a lily-white area full of these stuck-up finance professionals. So, no, it doesn't matter. Of course it doesn't matter. No, of course it doesn't matter. And then getting back to this here. This place still hasn't been cleaned up. I pass by the train every day. Look at this mess that I have to look at every day. All right? They still haven't cleaned this eyesore up. Nobody seems to care about that, though. No, forget about that. Nobody cares about that. So, again, because it's not a certain demographic, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, that is my rant on that, because I had to throw that in there. And then now let's go over some crimes that News 12 has not covered at all today. All right? If you go to their page, you'll see none of these crimes are listed. All right? All right? They cover this book discussion Comac board because Moms for Liberty is involved in that. All right? And then they go to this. Oh, Lindenhurst Teen, South Shore again, Oceanside. It's all about these people, man. It's all about them. It's all about them. Of course. It's always all about them, isn't it? So let's get to the crime here. All right, I'm going to do this one first, all right? Because News 12 didn't report on this, and they should have reported on this. Car crash leads to an arrest for a stolen motorcycle, Nassau County Police. Police say Joseph Scardino was driving a stolen motorcycle when he crashed into a car and suffered multiple injuries. A crash in Levittown Thursday afternoon led to an arrest for a stolen motorcycle. Stolen motorcycle. And you won't believe how this winds up. According to police, officers responded to a crash at the intersection of Hempstead Turnpike and Wolcott Road at 1:50 p.m. A 19-year-old man was driving a 1999 Ducati motorcycle east on Hempstead Turnpike and struck a 2014 Honda that was heading west, about to make a left turn onto Wolcott Road. The driver of the motorcycle, Joseph Scardino of East Meadow, was ejected from the motorcycle and suffered multiple injuries. He was taken to a hospital for treatment. The driver of the Honda, a 61-year-old man, remained at the scene. He was uninjured. During the investigation, police say it was found that the motorcycle was reported stolen from New York City, so Scardino was arrested. But he was charged with criminal possession of stolen property, but released on an appearance ticket and is due back in court on June 24th. That's bail reform right there. So he'll be back out on the street once he gets out of the hospital and doing more crime in the middle of the island. After all, Levittown is still the middle of the island, especially Wolcott Road. It's not the preppy South Shore, so, it doesn't matter. Maybe if he did it on the South Shore, he would have been locked up, maybe. And then we have a couple of other stories that we've got to talk about here. Let's see. This one, other crime story. News 12 did not cover this at all. Duo charged in connection with Suffolk County shooting. Can't believe they didn't even cover this one. Police have released the identities of 2 men charged in connection with a Long Island shooting. John Argueta, age 29, was arrested on Tuesday, June 8th, and Junior Argueta, age 18, both of Brentwood, was arrested on Friday, June 10th, by the Suffolk County Police in connection with the shooting that took place in Mastic Beach on Thursday, June 3rd. Yes, Mastic Beach is on the South Shore, but it's a low-income area. It's actually an area of the South Shore that has been neglected for years. It's so far out east, I guess it can't really count for anything. On the night of the shooting, and again, it's a diverse area, so let's dump the problems there. On the night of the shooting, a man was hit in the leg by a gunshot outside of a home on Parkwood Drive at approximately 7:42 p.m. The victim was transported to Stony Brook University Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. John Argueta was arrested after he was involved in a motor vehicle crash when a 7th precinct officer attempted to initiate a traffic stop of his vehicle at Mastic Beach Road and Mastic Road in Mastic Beach. John Argueta, the driver of the vehicle, fled from the officer and was involved in a crash with another vehicle at the intersection of Mauritius Middle Island Road and William Floyd Parkway in Shirley at approximately 7:50 p.m. John Argueta was charged with unlawful fleeing of a police officer in a vehicle, reckless driving, and endangering the welfare of a child. Yes, I'm sick of reading these crime stories, all right? But I have to do it because News 12 ain't. One of the passengers in the vehicle, Junior Argueta, was found to be in possession of a loaded firearm. He's charged with criminal possession of a weapon. No one was seriously injured in the crash. Following an investigation, both were charged with assault in connection with the shooting. And let's hope they weren't released, but they might have been released. Who knows? Courtesy of bail reform, of course. So, very important crime stories that News 12 should be covering. But instead, they'd rather gear to a certain demographic. And we know why they covered this too, Roslyn Harbor, man, because it's political. Anti-Semitism is a political issue, so they're going to cover it. Political, business, and they always showing the stocks. Notice, look at the bottom of the screen when you're watching News 12. Stocks are always on there like every 2 minutes. It's so obvious who they gear to, these freaking white finance professional snobs, sitting pretty in their enclaves. They don't care about the crime. They don't care what's going on. They don't care at all. And you know what? This is what they've done to us. This is what they're doing. Sorry, we priced you out of Long Island. You'll have to go live in New Jersey. That's right. It's all about these people. And you know what? I can't stand these people. And it's about time more of my fellow Long Islanders call these people out. Because they are forcing us out of Long Island with the plan. Maybe you don't think there is a plan, but to me it's so obvious. There is a plan. All you got to do is watch News 12 and see what they cover. They ignore the crime that's going on. Most of the crime's in the middle of the island, all right? They ignore all the issues, all right? And then you go to our maps here, and you look at all the eyesores that we have, mainly in the middle of the island, and get what eyesore does News 12 choose to report on? One of the few eyesores that's on the South Shore. Because the snobs are scared. They got to be safe. They've got to be safe. They've got to get the best of everything on a gold and silver and diamond platter, while the rest of us get crap dumped on us. All right? And I'm tired of it, man. And I just found another waste facility. That's right. There's another waste-to-rail facility in Farmingdale, right here, off New Highway. It's actually a siding. And this is another area where trash trains leave. So this is already one. This one's been open for a couple of years, I believe. I mean, look at this nonsense. Look at this. How would you like this? Look at the already graffiti here. How would you like this dumped in your area, huh? Poor Pine Barrens have to deal with this crap because they're in the middle of the island. And meanwhile, the South Shore doesn't have to look at any of these eyesores. If there's an eyesore in the South Shore, oh, you better believe they're going to complain about it and it's going to get noticed. But if there's an eyesore here, forget it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't count. It doesn't matter at all. No. And they're going to put another waste facility in over here in Brentwood. Again, all the middle of the island. Let's dump construction debris, all household garbage. Let's haul that through our communities on these freight trains. Just because we're not a certain demographic. You know what? All I can say to you, snobs. You know what? All I can say to you, snobs. I am ready to fight you. All right. You think you can get it? You think you can do this? You think you can force us out? And we're just gonna be quiet about it. But if I have to go leave Long Island because you priced me out, I'm gonna leave kicking and screaming and calling you out every chance I get. Thanks for watching.